All right, guys. Like this is week 4 of the tube chassis turbo Malibu build. The game plan tonight is to start getting the floor cut out of it, so we can really get an idea as to where we're going to end the factory floor and start the sheet metal floor. But ultimately, we got to get this cut out and really get an idea as to what's going on into there. I think the game plan for tonight is to cut around the inside edge here. So we'll cut kind of like this is here. We'll follow it up, go up along this seam, and all the way around to the back. And the reason we're doing that is because A, these nasty welds right here are going to be a pain to go through, and B, if you look here, we have spot welds here on the top side of the floor, and on the bottom side, I don't know if you can see it or not, on the bottom side there's also spot welds. It's like it's a multi-layered floor. So ultimately I'd like to actually cut the spot welds out and take it off the same way it was assembled, and that should give us a cleaner surface under here to butt the frame rail up to. So we're going to start cutting and see how far we get. So we're making some pretty good headway here. Just kind of cutting it along there, following up across, like we said. And we kind of rerouted up here, only because right in the front corner on both sides, this is the body mount. It's kind of where they encapsulated the body mount right here. So we're going to ultimately cut that out, but I think we'd rather get a better look at it before just buzzing through it with this cutoff wheel. So we're just kind of working our way around it for now. We'll get the floor out, and then the front half of the floor out, then we can get a better look at exactly what we're cutting into and try not to destroy anything that we want to use over. So we get the rear section out now. Again, we're just kind of picking away at it just to get a feel for how this thing's assembled, just so we don't cut anything that we don't want to. But we found the new approach has been just kind of cutting a slit in and then going at it with the Sawzall, and that seems to be a much better approach to cutting the sheet metal out. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this section out right here so we can get a really good look as to how this is attached. So like I said, this is a weird, like this It looks like the floor is 2 pieces. So I just want to see exactly how this is attached so we can cut that out as clean as possible. So with that part out, we definitely have a much better idea as to what's going on in here. And we'll probably, it was a 2-piece floor. So there's one flange here with spot welds, and then there's a second flange up here with spot welds, and then you have this inner body panel here, which the plan is, this is a piece of 2x4. It'll ultimately be 2x3, but we'll sit the frame rail up like that, attach the frame rail to the body somehow, and that's how it's going to work out. Like I said, this is a piece of 2x4. It'll be a piece of 2x3, so it'll be an inch shorter. And that's how that rail will go. It'll go from the back all the way to the front, and then we'll box it across the back, and go from there, kind of build off of that. But that definitely paints the picture a little bit better now as to what we need to do. So we were just talking that we're probably going to cut down here, across here, and up, leaving the wheel well in for right now. And then we'll do the front too. We'll just cut all that out of there and cut the body mount out of there. And then that will give us a good spot to lay down the left side frame rail. We'll do the same on the right side. And then we'll start boxing it in and just cutting the body out as we need to. That way we're not cutting too much structure out. The plan is to kind of leave the firewall and the rear luggage tray and stuff intact until we get the main center section of the frame complete. That way, if the center section of the frame is connected to the body, then that should support everything and allow us to cut the rest of it out without anything diamonding or doing anything crazy. So that's the game plan. I guess we'll just keep cutting. So actually, it's taking a closer look at this now, and it actually isn't a 2-piece floor. It looks like it is in a couple spots because the floors were replaced. But the closer we look at it, where it looks like it rolls up here, that's actually like a fillet of the seam sealer. And these top welds are for this whole plate right here. So if you look here, you can see it a little better. Where am I? There we go. You can see a little better where right here is this back panel. Get the light out of here. So if you look right here, you can see it better where this is the back panel, this is the back panel, and then this is from the floor. You can see where the Sawzall got a little close and kind of peeled it away. So if we just hit these spot welds here, that will take that whole lip off right there, and then we can kind of sand everything smooth and make it look nice, and do the same under here, and that will take all that off, and that'll give us a nice place to butt the frame rail up against. Alright, so we've been nibbling away at the rockers here, and basically this is what we're left with now, and this is the inner rocker panel right here. This is the little strip of the floor, inner rocker, and then obviously the outer rocker out here. So we've cut out the front body mount section, cut out the rear section here that had a little piece of the roll cage plating in it, which unfortunately is still right here. We're going to have to fight that. You can see an old repair right here with some seam sealer around it. So really all this stuff has to come out of here. And now that we're looking at this, it's hard to see it, but the way they flange this right here, the rocker panel actually comes down at an angle outwards. So from the top to the bottom actually goes outwards. And that's going to be a problem when we're trying to butt up the frame section. You know, here's a piece of 2x4 here, which we're going to be using 2x3. But, you know, the plan is to have the frame rail butt up like that. And with the, you can see right there, with the rocker going out at an angle like that, that's definitely going to be a problem. So I think the game plan now is to come across and drill out all the spot welds. You can see we started drilling spot weld right there. Drill out all the spot welds on the top side of the pinch weld there, that top pinch weld. We'll probably go back to here for right now and then deal with that mess afterwards. And the front here, you can see it's strange. Right here, it's nice and vertical. There's no angle to it, and then they did that weird little pinch right there. So I'll probably bring it to like right here for now, and cut that off, and just free up this whole intersection of the rocker panel and see what we're left with, and go from there. So the original plan was to take and put plate, maybe a 2-inch by 4-inch section of plate, maybe one there and then like one there, and use that to attach the frame to the body. But looking at the condition of this rocker panel here, I think we'd be better off just cutting the whole rocker panel out, and then putting a nice square piece of maybe 1/8 inch, maybe a little bit lighter weight plate, just to square everything up, make everything nice and easy to work with, and just have some nice fresh metal in there to work with. So we're gonna go ahead and start drilling some spot welds and see what we're left with. All right, we got that section of rocker panel out, or inside rocker out, and it's actually gonna work out pretty well. So now that I can see exactly where this lip ends, I can come back in with a grinder and smooth this lip out, and then we'll go back here, nibble away at the back, go up here, kind of nibble away at the front. I think we're going to take the front up all the way to the front, and I think we'll actually blend it, kind of follow that line right there. We'll cut it out and blend it up in there. That way the new metal kind of blends into the old metal, and we'll have some nice fresh rocker right here to attach the frame rails to, or I guess I should say to attach the body to the frame rails when it's all said and done. It'll just be nice to have a nice square piece of metal to work with. So we'll just keep picking away at this. Like I said, we'll nibble away at the front, nibble away at the rear, and come back when this is all bare metal. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video. It's a little earlier than I wanted to. Unfortunately, we actually filmed this video like 2.5 weeks ago, and I was hoping to come back and finish stripping the rocker panel down and get that all in one video. We went out to the Vision automotive trade show and training expo out in Kansas City a week and a half ago, and actually had some weather out here in Boston that got us stuck out there. So had some pretty decent snow on Sunday into Monday. We're supposed to fly home Sunday night. Didn't wind up getting home till like Tuesday afternoon. So we're a little bit behind. I feel like I've been playing catch up since I hit the ground, but we're almost caught up here, and I wanted to get this video out for you guys, because I know I missed one last week and that kind of bothered me. But we're back. We're pretty much all caught up. Just a few things, a couple loose ends here and there. We're going to get ourselves back on schedule, start pumping some more videos out for you guys, and make sure we stay on our weekly, Wednesday schedule. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.